it's pretty crazy. So like for instance, as much as you can see that roo out there. Black light stands out. If you look around, like there's a lot of definition. Like that's a sand track that I drove in on. You can see all the definition in that in the ground. It's pretty crazy. G'day, my name's Darryl Webb. Today we're going to have a look at the Infiray e3w. We're going to check out its specs, its features. We're going to have a look at lots and lots of screenshots and some video performance out of it. And we're going to determine, can the budget end of the thermal market really compete with the high end, and is it good enough for the job? Anyway, let's get into it. Let's go over some of its specs and then we'll look at some of its build quality. The detector resolution in pixels is 384 by 288. It has a pixel size of 17. NETD MK is less than 40. The frame rate in hertz is 50. The objective lens is 19mm and it's a non-focusable. It's one, fixed focus. The field of view is 19.5 degrees by 14.7. The eyepiece LCD that we actually view things through and look at the menu and look at the picture when you're looking through the eyepiece is 720 by 540. It has some electronic zoom by that button. It has 2 times and 4 times. It has 16GB internal memory for when you're recording. The battery life in hours it says 7 hours. That depends on how much Wi-Fi and recording you actually use with it. I find it does that pretty easily. I've been able to go out for 5-6 hours doing a fair bit of video recording and a fair bit of Wi-Fi, and then it's only got down about halfway. The weight of it is 420 grams. The dimensions are 160mm long by 62 by 62mm, and the detection range for an average human sized target, that's 1.7 metres by 0.5 metre, is 696 metres. We'll just go over sort of what's on the outside of how it's built. It has a tripod adapter which doubles into its heatsink. The whole unit is sort of rubberized. It has a nice texture, quite grippy. The eyepiece is nice and soft, covers in your eye quite well. It has a diopter, as most things do, to make it so it suits your eyes if you wear glasses or whatever your eyes thing. As I said, the lens is 19mm with a fixed focus. There is a little LED in there you can use as a torch. It charges by USB and a interface for USB. It's a mini USB, which is quite surprising. It's quite an old style. I don't really have any of them anymore, but it does come with one provided. So as far as quickly how the unit basics of it works, there's a little light there to let you know what's going on. There's a power button. I said the USB charging port. This little first button, this switches you through the different colour pattern modes, the palettes. This one, the magnifying glass takes it, if you press it quick zoom, if you hold it in, it takes you into the menus and you find your way through the menu system. And the rear button is a camera. You press that short, just a quick press, and it will take a photo, long press it and it starts recording, and you also stop recording with that. All in all, the build quality is actually quite good. Lately I've been doing some videos about firearms related stuff. And some of the equipment you use in a pest control situation, especially with me having my own small pest control business. I do several times a month, sometimes several times a week of actual going out, getting paid and doing it to make my income. You would think I'd be on top of thermal. My basis for thermal, my experience with thermal was several years ago, maybe a decade ago, I had a little look at and a play with someone's thermal that was mounted on a firearm. The thing was huge, it weighed a lot, and it costs about the same price as a good second-hand Land Cruiser, four-wheel drive. So it never really caught me as an option. Now I've seen that other manufacturers now these days have started making them, and the form factor's small, and then reading comments from you guys on my videos talking about some of the stuff you're doing, I thought I better check out this thermal. Long story short, this one's not mine. This is a demo model from Infiray in Australia. Thank you, Infiray, for sending it to me. It's much appreciated. And I've been using it for the last month. And the quick takeaways I can find of is, oh my God, has the technology improved? This is, as I said, at the budget end of their stuff. There's cheaper they make, but even at the budget end, this is a lot better than what I used several to 10 years ago. The performance is a lot better. Its size is tiny, and its price is, you know, compared to second-hand four-wheel drives, this is affordable. Some of the standout features that work really good on this particular model are, it's got a 19mm lens. It's got a quite wide field of view, and like a GoPro camera, when the field of view is very wide, you don't need to be able to focus it. So that makes things very quick and easy. You don't need to focus. But it's also a wide field of view. So if you're trying to get great detail at a distance, you might want to look for something that's got a higher base magnification. With higher base magnification comes in, they'll be manual focusable because the field of view is not as big. This one, as a scanner, I think is really good. It comes into about a one-time zoom. I have no problems seeing things like roos and that out to 500-600 metres. I'll show some clips of that so you can actually judge that for yourself. Don't worry, there'll be heaps of clips coming up. And small animals like rabbits and things like that, you will see out to a good 200 and 250 metres. I'm not saying you'll be able to tell exactly what they are, but I think with this end of the thing, it's more about your general hunter knowledge. If you look at it and see the way the animals are moving, you can usually tell what they are. And complete darkness, 200 metres is a long way to gauge a rabbit, even if you're using infrared night vision. I could probably see their eye shine, but I wouldn't be able to tell what they are. But with this, I get a fairly good idea. Running through the unit itself, when you're actually using it, even in the dark, you sort of come back, there's 3 buttons at the back, and you get your fingers on those, and that's pretty much all you need. The operation of it is very simple. You use your front one for changing through the modes, your middle one for zoom, and your back one for either taking a photo or starting and stopping video. So I found using the face of it is very, very simple, and it works. Most importantly, you can do it in the dark without needing to have torches or anything like that. When I've been using it and going through some of the different settings, I've noticed a couple little quirks, like it doesn't let you change the colour palette when you're recording, but things like that aren't that important. On the one on the note of the colour palettes are pretty straightforward. You know, it's sort of got like black hot, white hot, fusion, a couple other different little bits and pieces. But it actually comes up with it's very good for a beginner. It actually comes up with a little picture in the top left hand corner of the screen, and it will show like a moon with stars, and it will show a picture of a sun, and these are on different settings, and if you actually go by them, it does work out to be good. For instance, the black hot shows a little symbol of the moon and stars beside it, and that easily is the best one for using while you're in darkness. Now, it's good being able to change through them and look at different things, because different situations might call for different features. But it's really nice that they do help you like that, and I won't lie, they're pretty much spot on with it. With the Wi-Fi connected, you can use this as a remote screen or to a tablet, so you can have this mounted even on the outside of the vehicle, like the way you would mount a spotlight or something like that, and use this as, I guess, in your vehicle even while you're driving around. You can have this on the outside of the vehicle, or you can have this sitting there for someone else to watch. I think you can have about 3 or 4 devices connected at once. And just to sort of show its lag, there is a tiny bit of latency. Is it enough to be disorientating while you're trying to use it? No, it's not. It's actually still, it's quite quick, and you can use it quite well that way. I find it's really handy. So if I've been using my tablet mounted in my in a holder on my dashboard, and I can just put this outside, and while I'm sitting in the car out of the mozzies, I can have a look around outside, and then when something presents itself an opportunity for what I'm trying to do, I know it's there without being eaten alive by the mosquitoes. This would be very handy on a quad bike or something like that as well. Why it's also in this mode, the unit itself, when you hit record, it doesn't record audio, and when it's recording on the unit itself. You can't change the colour palette whilst you're using it, while it's recording. So I have found if you record through the actual unit, as I said, you have those limitations, but if you have it connected to a phone or a tablet, if you go to video and start recording, you can, while it's recording, change for its colour palettes, which is quite handy. And the other thing it does is, when it's recording through a third-party device like your phone or a tablet, it will use the microphone in the device to actually record audio. So although the unit itself doesn't record audio, the device does. So you get audio quality the same as what your device will record. So if you wanted to make videos of this with audio, I would start recording with your device in the colour palette you want. You can change through while it's recording, and then you can just drop this in your pocket and it will use the microphone in your phone to actually record audio to the file. Pros and cons. Let's start off with some cons. There isn't that many of them, to be honest. The things that I've found that they aren't annoying, but you know, it's worth noting. When you're recording into the unit, you can't change the colour palette while you're recording. And the other thing it does is it doesn't have a microphone built in. I'm guessing it's probably trying to make up for its tough and weather resistant body, because it is very rubberized. It's not waterproof to go swimming with, but it can handle rain and dust, no worries. So that's a bit of a con. With that said, if you have a device connected to it, like your phone or your tablet, and you're viewing through it, when you record on that, you can change for the colour palettes, and it will use the microphone in your phone or your tablet to record the audio. Another con is it works too good. I'm gonna have to buy one. Yeah, that's the honest truth. I probably will, or actually definitely I'm going to buy something. I really would probably just buy this unit and I'd be 100% happy with it. But you guys might know more about this stuff than me. So if you'd like to see more videos of this, or you got some other options, comment down in the comments below. Let me know. And I don't know, maybe Infiray Australia might be nice enough to send me out maybe even a cheaper model, because this one is it's gone far above my expectations. So maybe even a more affordable model would do exactly what I want it to do. Anyway, let's go on to pros. The pros. I love its battery life. It is phenomenal. I've taken this out for several hours at a time. When I'm not using it, I do hit the power button quickly and it goes into standby mode, and then as soon as you bring it up, you just click it and it's alive instantly. It's so user friendly. The three buttons get you all through your different color palettes. It gives you zoom quickly, and it lets you start recording or take photos. And that's probably all you really want to do. This is a scanner. It sees things that it's not X-ray vision, but if there's some light branches or there's a rabbit with his back to me, with IR night vision, unless I see eye shine, I don't know he's there. This, I'll see, you can have a little, in the bushes, his bum can be poking out, you know, and it will stand out like dog's balls. These are a different ball game compared to the IR stuff. The overall build quality and everything else definitely fits in with the pros. It comes with a nice little case, and the actual build quality, it was a lot higher than I expected. I know these aren't cheap units, but you know, it's still stuff manufactured. They're doing it to a cost. They've done a really good job. But the only thing that was a bit of a letdown was it does have a torch. If you hold a certain button, it turns the torch on while the unit's turned off, or in standby mode. And it's got a little tiny LED. Is it nice to have? Yeah, I guess it is. Is it really needed? Probably not. And if you were going to use it, you probably want it to be a bit brighter. That was about the only thing on there that sort of was like, did I think it was worth having? I don't think it was. If it was, it should have been brighter. Other pros? No, that's it. It just works really good. As I said, it really exceeded my expectations. Anyway, let's go on to conclusion. Now, I've said it exceeded my expectations now. With thermal, comparing it to IR, or comparing it to thermal that I used several to 10 years ago, I don't like to say they're budget, because this model here, that can record video and everything like that, the e3w, not the e3, this comes in at sort of $1,400 to $1,500. So I wouldn't say they're budget, but in the world of thermal, you know, one of the reasons why I was instantly so dismissive was because if you just quickly type in thermal, you know, top thermal 2022, most of the things you're looking at are $6,000 to $7,000. This guy at $1,500, this does a fantastic job. And as someone who's got a lot of experience in using IR, night vision, and just hunting experience or pest control experience, this is definitely a bit of a game changer. I'm sure, as you've seen in the footage, it just, things jump out at you. I said, they don't make things appear that aren't there, but if it's there, even just his butt, you know, pointing at you, no eye shine, no nothing, you will see it, and it will stand out fantastic. And that's the conclusion. Unfortunately, as I was saying in the cons, I'm going to have to buy one now. But I'd really like to hear from you guys. Let me down in the comments. Would you like to see more videos about this stuff? Because it's perked my interest. It was a world where I was not really interested in navigating because it was so expensive, the technology. But now I've played around in near bottom end, I've been so overwhelmed with the performance is so much better than I expected. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these, and maybe I can get my hands on some more. And if you're not interested, I'm just going to buy this one and use it because it's fantastic. Anyway, on that note, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs it down. Let me know in the comments why. And I will see you very soon in the near future. Bye for now.